Welcome to our instructional video for an on-wall roller shutter installation using the Ozroll drive system, or as we'll refer to it in this video, the ODS. There are a number of tools and equipment you'll require to complete the installation of an Ozroll drive system roller shutter. A spirit level, a hammer drill and masonry drill bits 5 and 10 millimeters long, a rechargeable power drill, Phillips head screwdriver bit and metal drill bits 5 and 10 millimeters long, a hammer, rivet gun, pencil, tape measure, self-tapping screws, wire, a ladder and 2 lengths of timber. Each standard assembled ODS shutter will come with the following components: a head box with an assembled curtain and motor, a pair of guides, an E-port control, an E-port wall plate, an E-series AC adapter, guide hole plugs, rivets and guide end stops. Begin your install by plugging the E-series AC adapter into a power point and connecting it to the E-port. A red LED indicator will light up, letting you know it's accepting charge, which you will need to operate and test the shutter once it's fixed on the window. Using the head box size as a guide, measure from the top of the opening and mark the overall top point with a pencil. Now, using a pencil, mark a horizontal line with a spirit level for the top of the head box to meet. Take your spirit level and one of the guides and place it next to the opening, lining up the top of the guide with the top of the opening, and mark it on the outer side of the guide once it's level. You can now mark your desired points for fixing holes on the extruded section of the guide. Use your tape measure to find the center and mark the first point. Then make another mark 150 millimeters in from each end. 3 points evenly spaced out is ideal for most domestic openings. For the majority of applications, you should be able to replicate the marking points on your second guide. Then place both of your guides in position next to the opening and double check that there will be no obstructions. Now lay each guide down on a plank of wood and, using the marked points, drill straight through both sides of the guides with a 5 millimeter drill bit. Always remember to wear the correct safety equipment when using a drill. Then drill through the front of the guide only with a 10 millimeter drill bit using the 5 millimeter pilot holes. One at a time, place the guides back in position on the wall and hold them firmly while you mark your fixing points with a pencil. Now determine where the E-port will be fixed on the interior of the application. Keeping in mind, you must have the E-port on the same side as the ODS motor. For the most aesthetically pleasing result, Ozroll recommends you follow the line of any existing light switches so the E-port is uniform with the room. Once you have selected a position, drill a 10 millimeter exit hole for the ODS wire to run through and create a reference point that you can see from the exterior of the application, such as a pencil marking or a piece of tape on the window. Then, with a pencil, make a corresponding mark on the outside of the application at that height, behind where the extruded side of the guide will be fixed. This will be your entry hole for the ODS wire to run through. Now take your hammer drill and follow your markings to drill the guide, fixing holes using a 5 millimeter masonry drill bit, and hammer in your wall plugs. Once you've done this, swap to the longer 10 millimeter drill bit to drill out your entry hole. Mark the position of the entry hole from the wall onto the corresponding guide and use a 10 millimeter drill bit to drill through the back of the extruded section of the guide at this point. Ozroll assembled shutters leave the factory with rubber rings holding box end inserts to the end plates. Remove these rubber rings now. Fit one end plate leg to the motor side of the head box. Then drill a 5 millimeter pilot hole through the box end insert. Remove the leg and drill through again with a 10 millimeter drill bit, allowing room for the ODS wire to run through, then fit the end plate leg back on again. To allow room to bring the ODS wire through the inside of the head box, you will need to remove the rear pop rivet on the motor side of the head box. Ozroll shutters leave the factory with this rivet fixed to provide stability during transport. Once removed, bring the ODS wire around the curtain and pull it all the way through the fitted end plate leg. Now fix the second end plate leg to the blank end of the head box and fix a new pop rivet into the hole where you just removed the rivet from at the rear. Okay, now it's time to fit your guides to your head box. Start by pushing the ODS wire through the top of the guide and pull it out the 10mm hole you have pre-drilled on the back. Now slide the extruded section of the guide over the end plate leg, doing the same with the guide for the opposite side as well, making sure both sit flush with the head box. You will need to fit your drill with a Phillips head screwdriver bit now. Then carefully lift the guides and head box together over the window. As you do so, feed the ODS wire into the entry hole in the wall. Wrapping some tape around the terminals can make this part of the process a lot smoother. Once the shutter is in position, insert screws into the fixing points through the holes in the guides. This is a good time to remove the first layer of foam protection Ozroll uses on its assembled shutter curtains. Now, from the interior, collect the ODS wire through the 10mm exit hole using a wire hook. Insert your now charged E-port into the wall plate and connect the ODS wire to the terminals on the back. When you press the down button on your E-port, the curtain should begin moving down. If not, then swap the wires over on the wall plate terminals. Now, remove the E-port from the wall plate and fix the wall plate over the ODS wire exit hole using the 3 fixing points and insert the cover plate provided. Now you can insert your E-port back in the wall plate. Operate the shutter a full rotation up and down multiple times to ensure it's in working order. Once you are satisfied, leave the curtain down and you have an opportunity to do any final fixing of the head box, such as a Tek screw into a wall or an eave. Pop rivet the lid on the head box with the rivets provided and insert hole caps over your fixing points in the guide, and your Ozroll drive system installation is now complete.